So we're having. This is the second chapel session with Ben Parcell, and we're going to have a little interview. What kind of music do you play the most, and what's your kind of genre you tend to?
Right. When I play solo, my main instrument is the acoustic guitar, as you've seen. But I'm not really restricted to listening to only folk music and things like that. I've got a wide range of influences that run from things like punk rock through to pop music, metal music, a lot of things really. And I would say the main influences that influence my music at the moment are bands like the Beatles, obviously, and then more modern artists like Frank Turner and Ben Parcell.
Yeah, you've been doing a bit more. Do you think it's slightly more folky stuff recently? A bit more.
Yeah, through sort of being involved with the acoustic circles and the folk sort of circles, it's rubbed off on me a lot of the folk music. It tends to be sort of more projected through my guitar playing, finger picking, things like that. There's definitely some more sort of stronger folk influences on my newer stuff. Yeah.
What kind of albums would you recommend people to listen to? You know, like a single album, if you had, choice. Like.
That's a great question. I have to think about that. Right. I would say. We can edit this out, can't we?
Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
No. We're not having any of that. What album am I going to say? I'm going to say Frank Turner, Love Iron Song.
So I'm like, you're thinking of doing like a EP soon here?
Yeah. I've got I've actually started recording my new EP. It's a five track EP called Expectations. It's gone more sort of in a folkier direction than my previous sort of pieces of work. And it's quite an interesting collection of different kind of influences. There's like certain sort of songs with a political edge, and then there's ones which are quite sort of sad and depressing, and then other sort of upbeat, happy ones as well.
It's like almost like a mini album, then, is it?
Yeah. It goes through different stages. Absolutely, yeah.
When do you think it's this year? I guess.
Yeah, hopefully spring this year I'll have it released. I don't want to rush it there.
No.
I've done that with my previous ones, and then there's certain things on there that I've not quite been happy with. So, I'm gonna get it finished, and then sit on it for a while, listen to it, make corrections, things like that.
You must play like acoustic guitar, don't you? But you kind of play other stuff as well, don't you? Like your first album, there's quite a few different songs.
Yeah, well, the first album that I did in 2010, I sort of set myself the challenge of recording all the instruments by myself. So there's there's like keyboard, drums, things in there, as well as the acoustic guitar, and I had a lot of fun making that one. Yeah.
What kind of? I mean, there's quite a lot of talented people on the Brit music scene. What do you think, other than yourself, of course, who's to watch out for? Do you think who's gonna?
Right then. People that are going to be people that I particularly love. I'm quite a big fan of Brodie Milner.
Oh.
You must know Brodie Milner.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I really do like his. I like his professionalism when he plays, and I like the fact that he's quite a humble person as well. He doesn't always think much of his performances, but but
they are
very
very good.
fantastic. Other people to look out for. One of my favourite bands are the Whiskey Dogs, and you can't really go wrong with them.
No.
In fact, when I first came up to the acoustic club, which is where I was introduced to them, it was quite a sort of culture shock because I was never really brought up on any of the sort of folky old Americana stuff.
Yeah.
So I must admit it did take a while for that music to sort of sink in, but maybe after 3 or 4 weeks I was singing along to it. So.
It's even starting to influence you slightly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why you're kind of slightly folky now. And it's like,
It is, yeah. There's a lot of sort of riffs that have made their way into my music subliminally.
so
They're influenced by the sort of Americana folk scene. Days go by and time goes so fast. We're nearing things.
I don't know how long you've been playing, but how long was it? 2010 you started kind of.
Right. Well, I started doing the solo acoustic thing in April 2010. But previous to that, I've played in bands and things like that. I played in a band between 2003 and 2006, which was a more sort of pop punk band influenced by bands like Green Day and Blink-182. And I played guitar and sang in that one. So that's really what sort of set me up. But then I had sort of like a break after that, and now I do my solo thing. Yeah.
You got any gigs planned for this year at all? Any big ones?
I have a gig in Queens Hotel at Bridlington on February the 16th, I believe. Yeah, I'm playing there. And then I've got a few gigs coming up in York, and one at Stamford Bridge near York.
Okay.
Then hopefully I'm waiting for a couple of festivals to confirm.
Oh,
We'll see what that goes like. I can't really say anything at the moment, but a lot of my gigs tend to sort of come within the month that I'm playing, really. So, unless I book some sort of tour or something like that. But
it's like, what advice would you give to people kind of starting out on the journey?
Well, the biggest piece of advice would be to have a lot of patience. Because things won't come your way straight away, and even if you do get that break, then it's not going to be easy for you. And then another thing I would say is that to be polite to everyone, and even if somebody's slagged you off or you've had a bit bad experience with a particular venue or something like that, it's best not to put that out on your Facebook or anything like that.
Yeah.
And keep friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
Don't make enemies because it'll only come back and haunt you.
That's probably good advice in life in general, I think, isn't it? Well, thank you ever so much for playing.
Thank you very much, Sam. Yeah, it was exciting.
And I look forward to seeing you play later today at night, in fact.
Absolutely.
See, I'm the best of the best.
Indeed.
This is my second interview. Hopefully it's going to go a little bit better than the last. This is all going to be edited together, so don't worry, Ben. It's going to... I'm looking forward to it. It's going to look fine, Right, what have we got? I'm more uncomfortable than a dog with worms.